quick of our Torah. We've started Parshat Vayikra. We started the book of Leviticus. And the first thing that we notice is that, as you know, the way that we talk about the Parshiot, the portions, one of the first words will be the name of the portion. And of course, one of the first words is Vayikra, and he called. And we notice, of course, the small aleph in there. When the Torah is written, it's written with a small aleph at the end of Vayikra. So there's a lot of debate as to what was really going on with this. Why the small aleph? One of the things is that Moshe did this intentionally as a message to future leaders. You know, Moshe at this point is at the height of his power. He's the leader of the Jewish people. He's done all these great things, taken us out of Egypt. We've crossed the Red Sea. We went up to Mount Sinai, got the Torah, and now he's inaugurated the tabernacle, and now we're beginning the whole sacrificial service. I mean, and God is speaking to Moshe in the tabernacle. Okay, so I mean, this is a great leader. Even God is acknowledging how great he is. Yet Moshe was the most humble of people. He wants to show that a great leader has to be humble. He cannot think of himself as the end all and be all, the be all and end all. One of the things that he has to do, as we know, is prepare Joshua to be the next leader of the Jewish people, because Moshe knows that he won't be the leader forever. This is a very major theme in the Torah. A great leader, has to be humble. He has to know that, and he also has to know that there's going to be a next generation. And if he wants his legacy to continue, he has to train the next leader to be a good leader. It doesn't come naturally. Leadership is something that sometimes has to be learned. David prepared Shlomo, to be the next king. And once David asked Shlomo, his son, if he could have something that would remind him in the good times that it won't last forever, and also that the bad times won't last forever. So Shlomo gave him a ring that said, Gam zu yavor, this too shall pass. Meaning, everything passes. So this is the lesson that we get from this week's Parsha, is that Moshe, in all his greatness, realizes how important his humility has to be. Even though, and like we say, he was humble, he spoke to Pharaoh, he spoke to God. He argued on behalf of the Jewish people at the golden calf incident. How can that be humble? But it's humble because he didn't consider himself to be special. As I've mentioned in the past, there's a member of this shul, Glenn Richter, who really took on much bigger people, would think nothing of going into a congressman or a senator's office. Yet, if you speak to him today, he'll tell you he didn't do anything special. He did what had to be done. When you speak to a lot of the soldiers who fought, say, in World War II, they did not consider what they did special. They did what they had to do. And that's basically the lesson that we're getting from this week's Parsha. That a leader has to know, I have to do what has to get done. I am not special. I am just a person there to do it. Something to think about.